In jail I make you cut off the think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my sit the back that like a pogo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mystical. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top
I got
notch.
that check and took off. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down. The 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls,
and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. Moore now on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Lucky 56.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit. Hot.
They'll drop to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's got room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watching that, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And New York set to take the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac. Did you trade 6s for 3s? Things are going to work out in your favor.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Lauletta now to throw it. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Lauletta now on second. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now Lauletta on first down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They start the drive with Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Hot! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hot!
Back to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Over! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now back to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Caught left side, it's Beckham. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. And even 60 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
I know we don't talk about it. Blocking, the offensive lineman, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
so that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lauletta. Got an open man, it's Radley. And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A give. This is Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Murray. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game at the end.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Look at this, a tight end carry. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Leggett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 59 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta going for it all. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Throwing on 3rd down, Lauletta. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely.
And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And he's able to put it through. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
3-19. Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Looking to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Lucky 56. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here, the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Lauletta. It's caught, Shepard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good. Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game. We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Lucky 56. Over. Gun.
He'll drop to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion. What's that? It wasn't an interception. Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Watch it now, Barney! Gun! Over! Mike 48. They'll
look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll go to Barkley again. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll try the air now with Lauletta. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. Oh, a nice spin. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Cook following the penalty. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey. 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle to Beckham. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Lauletta to throw. And it's caught. Beckham. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Now, Barney.
Lauletta, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Detroit!
From the red zone now, Loletta. That is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 33. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Detroit!
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Gone!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Lambeau. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Loletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Coming off play action, Lauletta. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Out of the gun, Lauletta. He's going to look deep down the field. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Gun! Gun! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And he'll be taken. Down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Gun!
Single. Motion.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Watch the curl.
Gun! Hey, alert 48. Hey. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Check. 3 down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Morgan. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now a run with Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Detroit!
Back to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Powers through. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's a give to Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Now Saquon Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, Johnson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And Rosas puts this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
More now to return. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Now let's go. 319, 319.
Back to throw now on first down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
They run it again with Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now third down. The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And my goodness, another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No. Check. Patriot.
Barkley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The Vikings Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Giants on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Gun, 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 gun.
A first throw for the backup Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And out now come the Vikings. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey. Yeah.